As Milwaukee Police search for their next chief, we are talking to each finalist about what they plan to do to address racial disparities in our city.
Today, SHAUN Gallagher sat down with the next candidate, an FBI special agent who is very familiar to Milwaukee.
Talking about a variety of different topics, but all 6 candidates will be answering the same 3 questions about their work experience within communities of color, what they're doing to promote social and racial justice issues within those communities, and why they want to come here to Milwaukee. Today, we'll be talking with an FBI special agent who has deep ties to Cream City.
I grew up in Milwaukee, attended Rufus King High School, played basketball with a state championship team, and actually just love the city.
Special Agent HOYT MAHALEY was a champion on the basketball court for Rufus King High School in 1984, and now he wants to champion change in his hometown.
I see that, they're going through a lot of hardship right now, and honestly, I'm at a point in my career that I want to be a part of the solution, not the problem.
MAHALEY started his career with the Milwaukee Police Department, but for the last 20 years, MAHALEY has worked with the FBI in Washington, D.C. and Atlanta. He says that federal experience will help with Milwaukee's skyrocketing murder and violent crime rates.
The number one thing is having the ability to get resources to address issues. So we have to think outside the box. I think I bring that to the table because of all the experiences I've had in the federal government. So yes, absolutely, I think that's key to the success of the city of Milwaukee.
MAHALEY says he's also committed to working with communities of color. In Atlanta, a city with a majority black population, he's worked with local church and business leaders to address civil unrest. He's also spent time in some of the city's most troubled schools, helping empower kids in Atlanta.
But more about kids seeing their talents and their gifts and being able to find out what that is and pursue after them and make something of their lives.
Whether it's fighting crime or being a role model, MAHALEY says he does it all for one reason.
What impact are you making? The impact is the key. Are you taking the drugs out of the community? Are you working on improving the children's life in that community? Are you putting, are you mentoring these kids? What impact are you making? It's one thing to arrest a bunch of people, but it's another thing to go in these communities and make a change. And that's what I've done.
With the current climate of police-community relations, MAHALEY says it's more important than ever to create meaningful connections with the community.
I think community-oriented policing is important. Being a part of the community needs to see you outside of the uniform. They need to see the person you are.
The Milwaukee Fire and Police Commission says they hope to name their top 3 candidates by next Thursday and still plan on naming the next chief of police here in Milwaukee by December 3rd. In Milwaukee, SHAUN Gallagher, TMJ4 News.
All right, Sean, thanks. To watch Sean's profile on Deputy Chief Chris Davis, who is another finalist for the Milwaukee Police job, download the TMJ4 app on Roku. Look for this story under Top Stories.